Hello everyone, Lawrence here and welcome to my first ride with the Canyon Torque. This is the 4000 euro CF 9.0 model, so it's a 2.8 kilogram carbon fiber frame. Entire bike weighs 14.3 kilograms without pedals, and it's air suspension all the way around. So in the front there's the Fox 36 Performance Elite, and then there's a Float X2 in the back. SRAM GX all round, of course, DT Swiss rims, and then some massive downhill tires. So this is the 3C casing, Minion DHR and DHF. As you can see, beautiful carbon fiber all round. It kind of looks like the love child between a Sender and Spectral. It's basically how the bike feels as well. Canyon G5 cockpit, by the way, and then of course the SRAM brakes on there. So let's actually get into riding this beauty. So this was my first ride of the day. It was like 9 o'clock in the morning. I just drove my car for 2 hours. So first uphill battle was really interesting. So first of all, the bike will go uphill, but it's obviously not a cross-country bike. So it will pedal you up a hill, but there is like a lot of suspension action going on when you're pedaling. And it's, you know, it's a 14.5 kilogram bike, so it doesn't climb like the best of them. Also, the front chainring is a 34 tooth, so that's a really big chainring to push up, especially on this sort of really steep climbs, which is why when it gets super steep you'll probably be pushing the bike. Now when it comes to the downhill stuff, please keep in mind this was my first ride, but compared to all the other bikes, it was really weird, the Canyon Torque. It felt like there wasn't enough air in the suspension at first, because the initial travel in that suspension was super smooth, like, to be honest, unlike anything I've ridden before. It was just so plush, so yeah, it absorbed everything. It was like you're floating over everything. And that kind of got me scared, because I thought, well, if it's going to float over everything right now, it's probably not going to be very stable. But it was the complete opposite. So once you go through that initial travel, the bike actually becomes incredibly stable and just very well planted, even on all this like loose stone there is and all the dust. I found that there was an incredible amount of grip. So yeah, the bike is just super stable. It's this really weird split character. Like the small bump sensitivity stuff is really good, and then that mid stroke is incredibly supportive. I didn't really, have jumps or anything here that were big enough to find that like what it is at the end of the travel, because this is like a 17.5 centimeter travel bike. It's really up there, super enduro, almost downhill-y like. But on the descents, man, it's amazing, this thing. By far the best bike that I've ridden. It was one of the 3 bikes that I've been testing all day long that gave me that wow feeling, Like some bikes you get on and you're like, this really isn't great. But with the Torque I had this, oh my god, this is amazing feeling. Missed that corner there because they changed the track compared to last year, and I hadn't ridden there for over a year now. So yeah, it really is just the first run for me on all this sort of stuff. But it was great on this bike. I don't want to say confidence inspiring, because all the media says that sort of stuff, but it kind of is what this bike does. It kind of pushes you to do more than what you would normally do, and especially me being a cross-country guy, now taking on the black and the enduro courses here in Hufvalize at Happy Bike Days, was really, really cool for me to do. It was super steep, super slippery, but with the Torque, it just felt right, to be honest. The G5 cockpit, super comfortable, the saddle was comfortable, the dropper was good, which, you don't often get at bike testing days, mostly the droppers break. But yeah, with the Torque, everything was fine. So anyway, guys, if you like this video, please hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel.